Hey guys, welcome to our second podcast. This is Wolf,
And this is Jostar.
and I fucked up royally.
Yeah, he kind of deleted our first take, which was over an hour.
I feel so bad. I hit the X button, and I thought I was clicking cancel because I forgot to save, and I hit no, and now I'm like, oh my god, oh.
I wonder what kind of person hits X first.
Because I forgot that I need to export. Ugh. Fuck technology. I mean, it was so perfect. We were going in depth on the Pokemon Sun and Moon thing trailer for the upcoming gameplay and trailer on this week. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't even know what we can talk about now because we are talking about all this stuff and just giving our.
We went from anime, comic movies, Dark Souls 3, all
Final
that stuff.
Fantasy 15. Oh my god.
Pokemon, Sun and Moon.
I was so happy about that episode, and now it's gone. Oh my god. It can't be recovered.
It can't?
No. Because we closed it out, and then I opened it up, and it didn't give us any prompts to say we found this. We can't recover it.
Oh damn.
I guess we could. One thing that we were talking about that we definitely wanted to get through is people leaking things, like video game things, like
Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, the Dark Souls 3, and also like just overall, like one of the biggest things that's happened in the past 2 years was involving Kotaku and Fallout 4, which what happened was that 2 years before I think it was 2 years before the game was released, Kotaku released an article where they had gotten their hands on the script of Fallout 4. And so they got blacklisted by Bethesda, meaning that they would not be getting like any press release copies of their games or anything. And because they had spoiled things for the people. Now, and then something else that has happened was the Pokemon Sun and Moon, where the day before the announcement, people were like, oh, so they have this Sun and Moon thing, or copyright or trademark or something. So we're probably gonna be something about Sun and Moon tomorrow, right? And all it was an announcement trailer for Sun and Moon, and people were so disappointed in it because they're like, we know what the name is, but we wanted to see gameplay, and so people. But the thing is that people already had talked about is that because they already knew the names, they were disappointed in it because they didn't get the information that they wanted. But Nintendo and Game Freak didn't want to have that released. It was leaked out ahead of time.
So, now, like I said before, and I'll say it again, I too, even though I understand that whole point, do not agree with only dropping a name unless your series has been gone and then you're bringing it back. That's how I always feel about that particular thing. But on the verge of this subject right here, what really brought it upon us was the whole thing going on with Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
And people being able to purchase the Japanese version with English subtitles and then leaking it all over the internet and making walkthroughs.
But
and spoiling it.
I mean, here's the thing, like, these aren't even like press release copies or review copies. These are the full final versions of the game that were released early in Japan. So they're buying the online digital copy from that is supposed to be for the Japanese audience. And now people in English are able to get the game, and they're playing it for themselves, and they're streaming it. They're making videos of it. We looked online on IGN, and they have the first 6 areas already covered. I don't know to what extent, because we don't want to get it completely spoiled for us already, because even though I don't care about spoilers, I have been avoiding Dark Souls 3 stuff, like the play. Like one of my favorite YouTubers and streamers, like he has been like what he does usually now is he does a stream when he's rendering videos, and one of his games lately has been used to be Pokemon Tournament, but thanks to Pokemon Tournament and Overwatch, but thanks to Dark Souls 3 coming now early for the Japanese audience, he's been playing that. So I haven't been able to watch half his stuff anymore because a lot of it is just Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, I was like, they get rid of something special, and the special in these types of games, particularly Dark Souls, is the surprise.
Yeah.
You always want to go into Dark Souls clueless the first time, in my opinion. Of course, there are other people who disagree. Dark Souls veterans will more than likely be watching a walkthrough to see the quickest way to get strong, to find an exploit really fast, and they can use before it gets patched up, and all of that.
Like, when I was playing through Demon Souls, like I talked about last week, I played through Demon Souls. I did the entire thing blind until I got to a certain point where I was actually confused on where to go to the next point. And I also looked up just to see a order of progression because going through one area was a lot harder than this other area that I ended up going to thanks to that progression guide. But then in Dark Souls 2, I did a lot of that blind as well. The only time that I didn't do anything blind was when my character was blind, aka in the gutters, or there. Yeah, it's called the gutters in Dark Souls 2, which is pretty much like Blight Town.
Yeah. I hate Blight Town.
Yeah, it's just pitch black. Enemies everywhere. Bad time for a person playing in blind, especially for someone like me, who
is a wuss.
Hey, the only two I can handle pretty much everything that Demon Souls and Dark Souls throws at me, except for two things:
spiders
and very dark areas. I cannot handle spiders. The only time I've actually handled a spider by myself was the armored spider boss in Demon Souls, because that was the only spider in the game.
No, my thing is with this whole thing though, with everyone wanting to be the first person to get some viewership on their gameplay footage and all this other crap, walkthroughs. They want to be able to teach people all about Dark Souls 3. I can understand if you did this for review purposes specifically. But it's not review purposes. This is literally the equivalent to early access, except for a complete game.
It's early release.
Yeah, and it's spoilers for anybody who wants the game to be new to them. Yeah. It's just like you're just going to be catching a crap ton of information that you didn't want to catch, and over almost 1 million people have seen these videos now. It's like people don't try and hide it in their thumbnails. People don't try and do anything. They just want to put all the information out there. And I'm just like, I want it to be a shocker, but it's not going to be because nobody wants it to be.
Yeah, like the thing is that this would not be that much of a deal if it was for a single player game. Like if this was a Star Fox Zero, for example, if this was an early release of that, then it wouldn't be much of a deal. But the thing is, this is for a game that almost half of its content comes from multiplayer, like being invaded and dropping down notes to help other players discover certain areas of the game. Now it's just gonna be like full of people that are over leveled with these incredibly powerful items to come behind you and backstab you after coming out of a corner that you didn't know about. And it's gonna be a lot of notes dropping down, telling you, oh, hey, there's going to be a secret here. I will not be able to trust it. I will have to end up going to a walkthrough in order to feel secure about playing in an online mode, just so that I can be able to go through it without having to lose all my souls.
Yeah, because if there's one thing I learned about playing Dark Souls is that people are dicks. Just straight up. They'll try and trick you, steal your shit, kill you at the back. Even though, like, I don't really see what they gain after a certain point. Oh my god, is that Hyrule Warriors Legends?
That actually we actually missed this. This is actually something that we didn't see beforehand. Apparently it's already been out.
Yeah, it came out, I think.
Yeah, March 24th.
Yeah.
And I haven't had money to get it.
What I heard about the game in particular, and what I've seen so far,
are they two different things?
Well, for one, of course, you know, it comes with 5 new characters.
Yeah.
But it's also got its own packet of DLC that will include an additional 4 new characters and more content. And it has special stories and stuff and information and, you know, content for the new characters. Now, the main reason I would have gotten the game originally was because I heard that if you buy the game, you get those 5 additional characters on the Wii U version, the superior version, honestly, if you buy it on the 3DS as well. Now, my biggest issue with Hyrule Warriors Legends that I've seen and experienced a little bit is, first of all, it's frame drops.
Oh.
The game drops frame rates tremendously. The game will slow down. The game might even stop at points to where you would feel like it was lagging.
Wait, on the 3DS or?
Yes, on the 3DS.
Now that is actually something very because I actively play my 3DS, and I have all of my games I have never seen a frame drop. But
exactly, but the thing is, I think it's because technically it's a port of a Wii U game that a superior powered console system game that is making it drop frame rates when it comes to the 3DS. The 3DS version has some extra mechanics in it, but all around, you might as well just play the Wii U version. And like I said originally, the purpose of me personally buying the 3DS version would have been to get those additional characters. But what they decided to do afterwards, after the game came out, was release the ability to buy all of its DLC for the Wii U version. For example, those 5 characters that I would have paid $40 to get, I can get them all for $12 as a direct download on my Wii U console without having to buy the 3DS version.
So, for a person with a Wii U and the Hyrule Warriors game, it's pointless to buy the 3DS version. But for someone without the Wii U and wants to play Hyrule Warriors, I would
recommend getting it if you want to play it.
But at the same time, I still have the worst end just because of how inferior the port is.
Correct. And basically, the Wii U version is going to get all of your DLC. So at the end of the day, it comes to what's the point in having the 3DS version?
Yeah.
That's what it comes to, in my opinion. Why get the 3DS version if you have the Wii U version? Because you can just directly buy the 3DS version's DLC, and overall, it would be cheaper to just get them all on the Wii U, where they look good as well and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I heard that it plays better on a new 3DS than it does on a regular 3DS. It still has your occasional frame rate drops, but if you're going to get Hyrule Warriors Legends, get it on a new 3DS.
Yeah. Now, just one thing that I'm looking at is, because today is April Fool's Day. This is April 1st. I'm just taking a look at some just what has come out on my news feed, because early in the morning we've had a lot of April Fools. First, Drama Alert actually ended up posting their video about yesterday, which is all a lot of bullshit. PewDiePie had a PewDiePie the movie. Team 4-Star did
Broly.
Yeah, which is now called Abridgemon the movie. They changed the name.
Yeah, because at this point the joke's over.
Yeah, it's not even a joke. It's actually a very well done parody as well from what they usually do.
Yeah, they parody. Which movie was that?
It's
which one though? I don't remember.
We'll have to Digimon Diaboromon. because there's Diaboromon Strikes Back, but I don't remember which one it was originally from.
Revenge of Diaboromon?
That was the second one. Oh, it's just called Digimon the movie.
Oh, okay. So basically the original Digimon movie then.
Yes. But it was a fantastic movie, and I do have to say that, well, honestly, I actually never knew anything about Digimon, and what happened was I have heard about it, but I've never seen anything. So I ended up watching the movie on Cartoon Network, I think, and it was probably my favorite anime movie I've ever seen, and to this day, I still like it. Like close to the end, this is gonna be some spoilers for people that haven't seen it, but close to the end, when they ended up turning into Omnimon, and then they just start shooting these giant missiles all against this army of Diaboromons. When that happens and that music that goes on, I don't even remember what the song was, but it was fantastic.
Now, me personally, while I do like Digimon, I've never been a Digiventurer.
Yeah.
And that's never been my type of thing. I was always Pokemon over Digimon for me. Mm-hmm. Granted, I would much rather watch Digimon than watch Pokemon. I never watched Pokemon. Screw that.
Yeah.
But on the subject of anime, My Hero Academia, if you've been reading that manga, superhero manga, is getting an anime. I think it's a 13-episode anime, kind of like One Punch Man. And it's basically a school for superheroes. And, of course, it's got your generic. Your main character is a super determined character with no superpowers in a school where people have superpowers. Now, the thing is, everybody in the school, kind of like in Sky High, how they assume the main character has superpowers, but they don't know what they are. That's kind of how they feel with, this one. With this character, they don't know what his powers are because he doesn't have superpowers, but they think that he does, and he's in this superhero academy. And it's a really great read. Now, I feel it might have a bad run solely because people are going to try and compare it to One Punch Man, because the superhero thing is big this year. And it was big last year. So it's just like, I can see them doing that. But at the same time, it's its own thing. It has its own pace. It's really good. Give the manga a try and watch this anime. I really want to see it blow up because I would support it with all my heart. This anime is going to be great. I hope it gets some franchising and merchandising and all that good shit. Because, yeah, you just need to see it. Trust me. And on other anime news, One Piece is going into the Four Emperors arc. War against the Four Emperors.
Oh, yes.
Finally, they're about to fight the Yonko of the One Piece world, which would include Marshall D. Teach, Kaido, Big Mom, and Shanks. Now, my thing is, I don't think Shanks is going to fight Luffy. First, I think Shanks is going to help Luffy and them. And particularly, I think Shanks is going to help them fight Kaido. Because they have to go deal with Kaido. And Kaido is a menace. And first, they're going to go rescue Sanji, though, from Big Mom. And that's what I'm really worried about. We finally get to see what Big Mom can do. I want to know what she's going to be able to do.
Hey, I'm actually looking her up right now. Oh, she looks like that woman from Spirited Away.
She looks like Cheshire Cat with a queen's face. Yeah, I'm tripping because it's like One Piece is finally going on with its grand adventure. The plot has been moving along phenomenally throughout, these last recent years of One Piece.
I mean, we were talking about this before. And in the beginning, do you agree with me? It started out very slow.
Yeah, I agree. It was too childish for me to really get into.
And slow, but it was like a thing where I was like, okay, so this is pretty good. I can see why this is among the top, but I don't think this is right for me. And then a couple years go by, and then I'm talking with this one person, and she's like it's like she's almost obsessed with it, and she's like telling me about all these scenes that happen, and I'm like, holy shit, I missed all of this. So I look it up, and just looking back on all of what they have done on all these different arcs, I'm like, holy shit. Like almost every single character, pretty much every single character that they've given some sort of backstory to.
In development. In all honesty, One Piece really deserves its place on top of the shonen anime world.
Yeah.
And on top of the anime world right now. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm a One Piece fanboy, because that ain't true. However, I respect everything One Piece has accomplished, and I acknowledge that One Piece is actually a really great anime on its own. If you haven't been keeping up, I suggest you actually binge One Piece. Now, to be honest, I won't lie to you and say that you have to start from the beginning. I say you could pick up the story starting from where Sanji joined into the crew. That's where you could pick up. Or you could start off in the Grand Line, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's if you don't care about what happened before that. And you only care about all the big kind of stuff you want to be right there. And all honesty, you can just go on their wiki and be caught up as well if you want to.
Look at this. I'm just looking at information about Big Mom in One Piece because I honestly haven't been keeping up about the most recent things. There's like a picture of what Sanji's fantasy of what Big Mom looks like. And while it doesn't have anything about her powers and abilities,
we don't know what they are yet.
Well, apparently she has corrosive saliva.
Well, that's one thing, I guess. That's disgusting.
Yeah, but she looks disgusting. Jesus Christ.
She is Big Mom, after all.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Like, is she bending down? Or is she laying on her side?
She's laying on her side, I think.
But no, look, see, that's her feet there, I think. And that's a hand on her armrest.
Yeah, she's bending down. She's sitting in some kind of chair.
Yeah. But Jesus Christ. Wow.
And Luffy and them, they're going to have to go deal with Big Mom. They're going to have to go deal with Kaido. They're going to have to deal with Jack the Drought because he's about to go try and attack Zunisha. Mm-hmm. So that's about to be huge.
Yeah. And I honestly don't remember about Kaido, but...
his powers haven't been really revealed either. In all honesty, they're finally about to show why he's a Yonko now.
According to law, he is the strongest creature in the world. Not man, but creature.
And it says he could kill Don Flamingo.
Don Quixote.
Easy.
Yeah. Their chance of defeating him is only about 30%. But to be fair, all they need is like 10% to win. No, 5. No, 3. They just need 3% to win anything. I mean, the battle of I forgot what it was. The one where they fought the Cheetah Man. That wasn't Marine 4, was it?
I'm not sure. The Cheetah Man.
Jesus. When Robin got kidnapped by those people. The arc where they met Frankie. So right before Thriller Bark.
You mean? But that's fuck.
What?
I forgot what the name of that place was called.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Robin. Yeah. So, Ain's Lobby, that's it.
There we go, Ain's Lobby.
Yeah, if you remember that was they should have the only reason they lived was because they had the spirit in their ship. That was the only reason they lived. Because that spirit of the ship just moved the ship with no crew on it over to where they were and saved their ass.
Because that's what they needed. It's always what you need. In all honesty, the devil fruit really hurts you when it comes to being surrounded by water.
And have the Half the crew is a devil fruit user now.
Actually, all of it almost.
No, half.
Except for like Sanji and Zoro.
Sanji, Zoro, Nami, and Frankie. They're not devil fruit users.
Isn't there more than 8 people in his crew right now?
Well, you got Frankie, Chopper, Robin. Okay. They got Brooke, they got Robin, they got Chopper, and they got Luffy.
Okay, so you're right. It is half.
Yeah, half his crew are devil fruit users.
That is a lot. Granted, I think all of Whitebeard's crew is devil fruit.
And the funniest thing is, none of Shank's crews has a devil fruit as far as we know. Like, no one.
Who all is in his crew?
I don't remember. What is the name of his crew in the first place anyway? The
red-haired pirates.
All right. One Piece. Yeah, the red hair pirates. Yeah.
They look like a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, they look like nobodies, but they're really strong. They're really strong nobodies.
But yeah, that's what's going on in One Piece right now. The anime world is livening up. For Bleach, we have Kenpachi finally about to get his Bankai.
Okay, so the strength of the whole crew is unknown, but the most recent member has a bounty of 94 million, and it's still a rookie. God damn.
That nigga is an alcohol of the sea.
Yeah.
With no devil fruit power. And all I've seen him do is conqueror's hockey. And observation hockey. This dude fights with one arm. Right? Shanks is just powerful.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's just mind-boggling on how they managed to get here without any of them having a single devil fruit power to our knowledge.
I guess one person has to be the alpha. But we know one thing. It's guaranteed that One Piece is soon going to come to an end.
Yeah, but when it comes to the end, it's gonna be a fantastic ending.
It's gonna be a war. They've already pretty much confirmed that it's gonna be a war between the King of Pirates and the world.
Well, isn't that pretty much what is kind of already happening a bit?
Not entirely. We don't have a King of Pirates yet.
Fair enough.
I think this particular war is going to be the King of Pirates, i.e. Luffy, in my opinion.
Actually, think about this.
Versus the Marines, the world government.
Think about this. What if this is all just a metaphor where each pirate ship is supposed to be a different anime? And the Straw Hat crew is the One Piece anime itself.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
And they're like, because I mean, One Piece is among one of the biggest animes ever, along there with Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and Bleach.
Don't even say it. Dragon Ball Z is making me so mad.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Super.
You know, but yeah, Naruto has ended now. Bleach has been going downhill as far as I know.
No, it's been I'm not gonna lie to you. At this point, Bleach is making an uphill journey right now.
Well, it's probably because they went so low.
You went so low that you lost most of your fan base.
Yeah.
But now it's going uphill. Only issue is not many people care anymore. Not many people are going to know what's going back uphill either.
Very true.
So Bleach is sort of kind of dead almost.
Alright.
Yeah. That's in the anime department. Now we can switch back on over to video games real quick.
We already talked about Dark Souls.
So, yeah, we did.
Of
course, recently we had the reveal of Final Fantasy 15.
The Platinum demo. And while I did have some words about it, I don't really think I should just repeat them again because they were just my... I mean, they were my own opinions, but I don't want people to be mad at me. Because I do. Because we have 3 subscribers. I don't want us to have more dislikes than we do subscribers.
Well, it's looking amazing to me. I can't tell you what the hell time period it's in.
Because you can barely find them out for anything these days.
That's like, they have old school automobiles that transform into jets.
Yeah.
But then they have chocobo ranches and all this medieval shit. So it's just like, okay. The main characters look like they came out of a Japanese boy band.
Yeah.
Noctis himself is freaking Sasuke from Naruto. And, you know, that big event is like 3 hours. And it was great. It was a great watch, in my opinion. And, you know, that Platinum demo is going to be free. So, if you ever get the chance, I would recommend you hit it up if you're interested. But if you're like a veteran of the series, I will warn you that this is going to be a Final Fantasy game unlike any other you've ever played. It feels more like Xenoblade Chronicles X, in all honesty, and gameplay-wise.
You know, I now have something that I want to say, not about 15, but just about the Final Fantasy series as a whole. And that's that I think that they've forgotten their formula. Like the first Final Fantasy game, which spawned all the others, was I think Garland was his name, the evil knight.
Garland.
Yeah, he went like back in time
and turns into chaos.
And turns into chaos, yeah. But he goes through like all these different timelines. But the thing is, they never talked about anything about like these Lycians such that they suddenly have, and some of the newer ones.
That's because the problem with the series as a whole is each one of them is a totally different tale. Most of them don't correlate. However, particularly with the Lycian stuff, people speculate that 7 and 13 correlate, but my issue with New Age JRPGs and RPGs in general is when you throw technobabble at us. Technobabble, if you don't know what that is basically your made-up world's made-up terms for something that's unexplained.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, at first, I have no idea what the hell a pulse, a Lycie, any of that is. But you throw it around at me as if I'm supposed to figure it out somehow. And it takes too long to actually learn it.
Yeah, but the biggest problem is that with this newest games, we see no tail. Like, there's less and less showing of chaos itself. Like chaos is supposed to be like an entity. And when it turns out, is like the only time that we see chaos was in Final Fantasy 13-3 was as not a entity but just a singularity. It was like a separate alternate reality or something where all these different creatures were coming from.
Yeah, because that's the thing is, chaos is supposed to be the universal Final Fantasy antagonist. That's how it was supposed to be. However, they forgot that and got rid of it somehow.
Yeah.
And now it's just like it's like playing a Shin Megami Tensei game without Lucifer in it. Or without demons.
Or without one of the many representations of God.
Yeah, it's that's the same as that, because it's like I feel like a lot of Final Fantasy's origins don't mean anything anymore at this point. None of them correlate, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
None of them link up. Most of these characters don't know each other. And that's just the real, in all honesty. Now, that's what makes 15 so different, however. 15, these people are a group. and they look coordinated. So I would feel like they've known each other a while now. Also, there's another thing. I don't know much about the characters, but recently they said they were releasing a Final Fantasy 15 anime. And it's a 12-episode anime, I think, that's going to basically go into the characters for us before the game comes out. Now, you see, the thing is about that plays into one of my biggest pet peeves about video games, and that's character progression and character development, where people tend to get rid of that in video games. You don't know who you are anymore. Now, my thing is, I feel like they're making this anime as an excuse to ignore, giving the character a backstory or a growth within the game and watching the anime so that we know the character up to this point. Because in this point, the point that we've seen the game played from so far, it seems like in the beginning, your character already knows what he can do. Your character already knows how to fight. The team is well established as a group. So it's like this anime is supposed to solidify these characters to us. And my issue is I want to experience that in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like getting rid of character progression in a Tales game. Such as like how all the Tales games recently have been garbage.
Right.
And it's like that's how I feel. The Final Fantasy 15, it's got its own thing. It's got its own thing. It's got its own feel. I'm still excited for it.
Yeah. The thing is that now that you're saying that it's completely different from what the original thing is, I feel like they should not have called this Final Fantasy 15. I think they should have just made a different game and say that it was by the people that made Final Fantasy.
And they'd have to do that with pretty much every game after 10, in my opinion.
Yeah, which, to be honest, is what they should have done, because by putting Final Fantasy on, slapping a Final Fantasy in a number after all those games, it feels like they just are forcing the games downhill, because we're expecting something that they're not giving us. They're just giving us something involving a storyline. Like, there's, like, again, with the Chaos, everything is supposed to be connected by Chaos himself. It's supposed to be the same world overall.
Yeah, and harmony.
But at the same time, we're getting the only thing that's in common is like the Eidolons and such.
Yeah,
that's the only
summons.
That is the only thing that it seems they have in common.
Yeah, and they all look different. So
the only thing that I could I think if you actually look at some other world maps, you can see a lot of similarities of different towns and such, and how they've connected or disconnected over centuries and such. But just now looking at the things, I guess because it's hard to compare them to the earlier games just because they're 2D. But it just doesn't. It's not the same anymore.
Yeah, it's not that medieval feel. They lost their time period, in all honesty. Yeah. And now I can agree that you can have your own fantasy-verse, universe, time period, whatever. But when you take something modern or something post-modern, pre-modern, like a locomotive or an automobile, and then you turn it into the Batjet, then that's when I'm just like, okay, what is this? Yeah, chocobo racing and all this other stuff, yet we have flying cars but that look like old school cars. But then at the same time, we have giant spaceships that teleport and warp soldiers around the place. Futuristic looking soldiers with laser guns and all this other stuff. But then the weapons still, for your characters, still look like they came out of the olden times. Over-designed fantasy weapons. And I'm just like, okay, so where exactly are you? What time is this? Because I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's not to say that the games are bad. It's just that they look amazing. A lot of them feel pretty good. The stories are a bit iffy on some parts.
13.
I will be honest. I enjoyed the first 2 13 games. 13-3, I draw the line there.
I like 13 too, but I don't like 13, and I don't like 13-3.
13-3 was terrible.
13.3 was trash.
They wrapped that up so poorly. Like,
in all honesty, first of all, I was like, is everybody in 13 fucking immortal? Because why was Snow alive 500 years later?
Because let's see.
Exactly. That's what I was like, but you don't explain Lassie to me properly. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the hell are any of these things.
But the biggest problem is that it's not that they don't tell you, it's that in order to figure it out, you actually have to pause the game and go into a database and start looking at everything, because whenever you get into a new event, something new pops up. No, not just something new, like 12 different things open up, and you have to read through all those to understand everything that's going on. Then you have to get back into the game, go to the next cutscene, and then read it, and then go through it again.
Like, the narrative seems so flat. Most of the characters seem very one note. They have no character development most of the time. And it's like, people are talking about, oh, Lightning developed in 13.3. I was like, no, she didn't. Her character remained practically the same and then did a total 180 towards the second half of the game. Her character totally switched personalities in the second half of the game.
She had the most emotion in 13 too.
Yeah, so like, my thing is Final Fantasy.
Did you not understand the joke? Because you only see her in total like 5 minutes of the game.
I didn't Yeah, I get you.
The Mog was fucking annoying. Like, it was cute. It was cute the first couple hours, but then he just began like, ugh.
Well, I personally never enjoyed having a stupid, cute companion following me around all the time.
I enjoy seeing the sound wave of him doing that. That's funny. Nah. I'm sorry, I'm just playing with the sound wave now.
But yeah, it's like that's where Final Fantasy is headed. There's another Square Enix game that's coming out. Oh. We're not gonna get into that yet.
We're gonna get that. We're gonna do next week is gonna be like our Nintendo episode. We're gonna be focusing on as much as Nintendo stuff as possible, because we'll have that Pokemon Sun and Moon gameplay. We're gonna be I'm not even sure.
Speculations.
Just talking about upcoming games.
Star Fox Zero, for example.
And we're probably even going to be playing Pokemon Tournament at the same time. We won't have gameplay because we don't have a capture card.
Also, there's another game I was looking forward to as well. The Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I thought you said that you were... have you changed your mind about that?
No, I always said I wanted to get that particular game. My problem with it is the American version seems to have changed the name for no reason. And I prefer the name Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem Illusory Revelations.
Yeah.
But it's called Tokyo Mirage Sessions now. And
we'll get more into that.
We'll get into that next episode.
But we still can go about half an hour at least, or at most.
Yeah, reason that yeah.
So the problem is, what do we talk about now? Because the majority pretty much what we wrapped up with, like, the last thing was we were going through the announcement trailer for Sun and Moon. What we did was we went through that trailer, and while there's like 4 main screenshots that were taken out, we could pull out probably 6 or 7 more from all that. Because there was a lot of things.
There's a lot of content that people overlooked.
Yeah, like you had to like go through the video. You had to go through the video and like pause like every time they changed the screen, in order to just like take a moment and just look through it, because there's like a lot of concept designs that were very interesting. Like, I remember, like, there's like this motel looking area with a yellow truck, and there's a slacking billboard. There's some interior stuff. We thought that there was a new Pokemon, but it turned out to be a doormat. Or, well, it could have been a new Pokemon. We couldn't see it.
No, we saw silhouettes.
Oh yeah,
they were hidden.
There was one picture that was that was like a different view of a Pokemon Center, but then to the side there was 2 silhouettes,
black and white, and on a black and white image. But it was hidden. That thing went by really fast.
Yeah,
but we were going through the video and paused it, and we saw it right there. I was like, holy shit, that looks awesome.
Yeah, like, what I actually want to try to do is I probably want to try to pull like a screenshot image of that, but I don't know how to do that. I do not know how to do that, else I would, and I would post it up onto the video right now. If you're seeing it right now, that means I managed to pull it off. Like right now, if you're looking at it, I did it. Okay, now it's probably gone. But bless you.
Thank you.
But shit.
Yeah, that's what we headed it off with. But it's just like, okay, we got all that out of the way. What else is new coming up?
Nothing. Nothing that we can talk about. If we go back and
Sony is holding off on that crossplay idea though. Now, did you hear about that?
The crossplay between Xbox One and PS4?
Yeah. Because Sony was all like, "Oh, we've been trying to do this for the longest time now," and now Xbox, once it realizes it's failing, wants to jump on the wagon and try and do that, and Sony's not having that.
Oh.
So I really hope the crossplay goes through though.
I mean, it would be nice to see, but at the same time, that kind of like just.
My problem is
I'm not sure how I feel about it.
When you get the same games, you're talking to everyone. Oh, let's just be like this. Oh man, I got Guilty Gear Xrd, right? Oh, I got Guilty Gear Xrd too. You want to play together? Sure. What's your gamer tag? My what? Gamer tag? Oh, it's a PS. I have a PS4. And they're like, oh, so I guess we can't play together even though we have the same game. I was like, that's like saying I can't play a PC game with another PC gamer if he's using an Alienware and I'm using Windows 10.
Yeah. Oh, that's one thing that we didn't talk about. Virtual reality.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Everybody's jumping the virtual reality bandwagon, throwing out new virtual reality kits and stuff that are all exclusive to their particular console. Of course, I agree that the best experience will come from the PC version. But everybody's like, oh, let's get the Sony virtual reality for the PlayStation 4 and all this, that, and the other. And just like, there's so many of them to pick from that at this point, I'm like, it might not even be worth it. I was just like, unless I'm getting like dot hack slash type of deal.
Oh, I don't think I even want that. I don't want to go in the coma.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I couldn't feel it.
That I kind of like the use of my penis.
Well, you're playing a game. Unless you're jerking off, I don't see any reason to use your penis while playing a game.
I mean, I do like to take breaks from playing video games to get whatever.
Okay,
anyway.
Then. Well, yeah, I'm not sure how the virtual reality thing is going to work out. I'm going to wait. I'm probably not going to buy it myself. I'm just going to wait for somebody else I know to buy one, and then I'm just going to play theirs. And I'm
I am too poor to afford it, so I cannot. I don't know how. I don't think it's going to impact much when it comes to like playing wise. I think it's just going to be like a leisure thing.
I was like, first of all, those things cost more than the consoles themselves. Most of them, with the exception of the PlayStation 4 one.
Very true.
And I'm just like, but in all honesty, what's the point? Not every game was made for virtual reality, and most games that you will be playing them in will all have to be first person, and you really still won't get the feel of virtual reality from them until you are actually moving your hands yourself. Because virtual reality, for me, what it looks like is just a view. It's just first person view, where instead of using a second analog, you use your head. That's pretty much what I want to get it from.
So, one thing that I do want to see, if I would to get a VR, you know what I would want to see something in? I want to see something in Snoopavision. Have you checked that out on YouTube yet?
Nope.
Then let's actually have a little bit of a live reaction of it from you.
Of what?
Snoopavision.
You mean Snoop Dogg?
Snoopavision.
Are you? $360? That's a stupid ass name. Snoop Dogg?
Yeah. They legit got
Is he smart? Really?
You had the double G. Shit.
You know, I can do that by looking around in a circle.
Yeah, but here's the thing. All right, so that's just the introducing it. We're also going to do we are going to do one of these things. Actually, I think we're gonna pause the video just so that we can just so I can show it to him, and then we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna have his reaction, or he's gonna talk about what he thought about it. So we'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, and we're back. Oh, well, Supervision. Haha. Now the thing is, that was fucking stupid.
Yes,
but
it was.
The thing is that it was also very impressive because I
was surprised that you could actually look around while the movie is still going, as well as paused.
So if you're watching this April 1st and this is taken down or anything, what happens is that you're put into like this little theater and like the camera is on the seat and there's Snoop Dogg with you, and then there's it's like a theater. There's on one side of the wall. There's a screen that has the actual video. So sometimes he's with some other people and they're talking with you or with him while you're watching. It was very even though it's stupid, it actually is immersive.
I'm sad it actually worked.
It worked.
Personally, I'm really sad that it actually worked and that this is actually some kind of sick joke.
Yeah. On one hand, it's freaking it's fantastic because a YouTube video being able to be seen in 360 degrees like that, like literally 360 degrees, you could see literally everything around you. You know what
would be good with that?
Porn?
VR.
Yeah.
VR looking next to you, your boy Snoop Dogg in the chair right next to you while you're watching videos.
Yeah,
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, there's like 10 actual videos that has the Snoop vision on it. But my favorite one has to be one where it was him with Larry King, but in the audience it's literally like just 6 Snoop Dogs and they're all jamming out. It was fantastic.
Snoop Dogg needs help. Snoop Dogg needed money. That's why he did all this. All those videos got like 56 million views.
Well, I think his politically correct name is Snoop Dogg, formerly known as Snoop Lion, formerly known as Snoop Dogg. Because he changed his name.
Yeah. Yeah. Snoop Dogg.
But then again, people hate being politically correct as well.
True.
So, what? Oh yeah, I forgot that we had paused it. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, another thing that I'm actually interested in seeing is a bit of Game Grumps, because apparently their April Fool's episode is them playing Skyward Sword, which Ego Raptor or Aaron really hates. So him and Danny Sexbang, his co-star, are going to have 2 episodes of them playing that. I haven't actually seen it, but I am very interested in seeing those. And just overall, just seeing what other videos people are posting for April Fools.
I wonder if Etika put something up. Oh well. We
can look it up right now, bro. How do you spell
EWN Network? It's one word.
Oh.
See, it's right there. Did he put anything up? No. It doesn't look like he put anything up.
Nope.
No, he did the reaction to the Final Fantasy event, though.
4 hours, though. Swimsuit, Red Robin. Oh, no. Alright, anyways, not sponsored. Not sponsored.
We did talk about Hyrule Warriors Legends, right?
Did we?
Yeah,
I want to say we did, but
it's hard to tell if it was in the other video or in this video.
How about at least just a quick short wrap up? I know we talked about it last video though.
Okay,
I don't know if we talked about it this video.
Hyrule Warriors Legends. If you own a Wii U, don't buy it. If you don't have a Wii U, you can purchase it.
As long as you have a 3DS.
You have a new 3DS.
Yeah, because apparently...
Don't do it on a regular 3DS.
And the reason why is because of the frame drops on the 3DS. As well as you can buy all the the stuff that you thought you wouldn't get only by buying the Legends as DLC for the Wii U for
and
like $12.
It's cheaper overall. So, if you already have Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U, the superior console version, then you might as well just buy the characters as DLC.
Let's just clarify, that's not the superior console. We're saying that it's
superior console version of the game.
Let's just clarify that for anybody who might get butthurt over that.
Yeah, it's Hyrule Warriors Legends. While it does go with the whole, it gives you the special stories on all these characters. I'm sure most of you people will just look it up on the wiki anyway. If you want to know more about Linkle, I guess. I'm actually still quite sad that they made a Linkle. Because we used to say Linkle as a joke all the time.
Exactly.
And now they actually turned Linkle into a female character. And it's basically, she looks like Link except a girl. And she uses dual crossbows. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they're the same person, or she's a clone of Link. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, she's a clone of Link. But, you know.
Did you say dual crossbows?
Yeah.
She's Nube.
Wow.
Dual crossbows. That's actually pretty badass. That sounds badass.
And she uses kicks, I guess, to distinguish her from Link. But I guess, you know, they made the joke in the trailer how Link has spin slash. They would call her spin kick. I was like, are you serious? That's so lame. But, you know.
That's lame, but
she's probably going to be really cool. Hopefully you can play with her without the hood on.
No, to be fair, it's already been out for a week, so a lot of you people already know about her if you've already gotten the game. But that's just from what we got because we didn't talk about this last week.
Nope.
Because we didn't know what we were doing, but we're slowly starting to get an idea of what we want to be doing with this podcast.
Right. Well, in Smash Bros. News, in case any of you guys ever heard, Sheik got hella nerfs. Bayonetta's the best character in the game.
Yeah.
Zero's changing his main
To Shulk.
Now we get to see the Monado's power.
And you know what that means? If Zero pulls off a good Shulk,
everybody's going to be playing Shulk after that.
Yeah, but because of how technical he is, even though everyone's going to be playing Shulk, there might not be that many good Shulk players.
Agreed.
Because of how technical he actually is.
And let's be honest, Shulk has no projectiles. At this point, I still say that there's no reason to pick Shulk over Corrin.
Well, to be fair, if you're close enough and you get hit by the projectile, then you can then the counter can still hit them at a pretty good range.
Yeah, but the thing is, why pick him over Corrin?
Because Corrin's a cheap ass broke ass. I enjoy Corrin as playing as it, but
they nerfed her recently. But
yeah, but I right now I still do not like Corrin being allowed in tournaments right now because as long as Corrin is being allowed in tournaments, almost everybody's gonna be using Corrin. I'm sorry.
No. After they nerfed, I won't say nerfed. After they fixed her one-hit kill counter, everybody's using Bayonetta.
Oh, yeah.
And people say that Sakurai, even in an interview, stated that he made Bayonetta to carry players, which is why she has such easy to pull off zero to death combos.
God damn it!
That everybody's exploiting in tournaments. People who had no name have been winning tournaments against good players just because they picked Bayonetta.
Why is it that Sakurai is not only the creator of the most happy-go-lucky games, but also one of the most frustrating games when it comes to competitive play.
Because the game wasn't made to be competitive.
Thank you. Amen.
Everybody wants to sit there. This is Street Fighter. Oh, we're competitive. Oh man, our game is so super technical. Our game was made to be competitive. Oh, this game doesn't cater to the competitive community. The competitive community is what makes the game last long. I was like, sure, the competitive community is what makes the game last long. The casual community is what makes the game's money. That's just a fact. It's just like I don't have a problem with Smash Bros. Being considered having a competitive scene. It's good to get socially out there, get the immersion, and all that good stuff. But for Smash Bros. To be at stuff like EVO, and people wanting it to be main event at EVO and stuff, I can't see that. Smash Bros. Being a main event at EVO, even though it's a way more complete and balanced breakfast than Street Fighter V.
Balanced breakfast, Scott.
Yeah, it was like we get a complete game, unlike Street Fighter V. My thing is, I don't think Street Fighter V should be heading EVO, in all honesty. Especially since it's incomplete. And they're going to be getting new characters very, very soon.
Very.
So it's just like with the new characters coming in, and EVO right around the corner, truly, it's like when these new characters come in, are they going to be banned? Because I don't know.
Now, it is about time to wrap up, but I think to finish off our episode here, I think we should actually talk a little bit about the future of the podcast. Cause not just like next week, but what we want to do with it. So what I actually had an idea about was, well, we could play video games while doing the podcast as well, right?
Agreed.
But we could also occasionally do something interesting, like maybe do our own little mini quiz with each other, where one of us finds a topic and makes multiple choice questions or true and false questions about that subject for the other person to answer.
Okay.
With maybe some sort of reward / punishment.
Okay.
As well as sometimes eating certain foods. Like I actually today, because we actually had some stuff going on, so we actually couldn't get together as early as I wanted us to. But one thing that I was actually thinking of us doing was doing this podcast while eating something like pickled vegetables. Specifically pickled onions.
No. Ew. God, onions.
They're actually very small though. They're like, it's like a jar of like very small onion things. Bruh. Think about it.
No.
Think about it.
No.
Think about it.
That's like forcing somebody to eat sushi. That doesn't like sushi.
But I like sushi.
I know you do. Speaking of sushi, you want to get musashi?
Yeah, but we can't get too much.
Okay.
Alright, but y'all didn't hear about that. That's not non-sponsored, not sponsored. Because
they don't even know what that is.
They can look it up.
My name is Mushu. I spit hot fire.
Yeah, and I can't even think of a good Mulan character to be the opposite of.
Is there another good Mulan character?
Mulan?
Is there another good Mulan character? She doesn't count.
Well, she's a character in Mulan.
Yeah, I don't consider the main character to be a character.
But you just said the main character. Main character means that they are a character. Okay, we're ending this now before I start going off. I am Wolf.
And I'm Jostar.
And we are not deleting this. So goodbye.
Bye-bye.